Hi, Mark here, Wednesday, February the 18th, 7:50 a.m. Eastern, 12:50 p.m. GMT. US session about to get underway. Let's have a look how the markets are shaping up this morning. Starting on the dollar index. Yesterday, dollar started strong, gave up all those gains by the end of the day. As you can see, ended up with a doji-like candle. Today, again, pushed higher early at the start, Asian into the European session, and again looks to be giving up those gains as US session gets underway. I got support at 97.03 and resistance at 97.23. Bars will look to maintain above that 97 level. If I zoom in on the hourly, there you can see the turnaround in the last couple of hours going into the US session. Started strong in the US dollar index, and now sitting in the middle of today's range. Let's have a look at the S&P. Looking at the futures market for now, hour and a half till Wall Street opens up. And in the futures market, demand for US equities support 6,847 and resistance 6,904. So a strong push in the pre-Wall Street opening in the futures market. Green candlestick, we'll see if that can be maintained. If buyers add to or maintain this push or demand for US equities and look up to the 6,900, perhaps even higher, or if there's going to be a turnaround once the US session gets underway and Wall Street opens up and we return to the selling push lower. Look what we've seen for the last 6 days, red candlesticks. We'll see if today is a turnaround on the equity markets. Gold. Gold fighting back today after 2 days of sell-off. Strong support at 4,857 and buyers stepped in from the beginning. I've got support sitting at the open and resistance now at 4,938, having erased close to half, if not all of half of yesterday's losses. We'll see if buyers can maintain the demand and the uptrend, and if buyers get higher than the 4,938 and perhaps get to the next level up, which would be looking at the 5,000 level on the upside. But certainly pushing higher to start. We'll see whether that can be maintained and possibly the inverse relationship between strong gold and weak US dollar. We'll see how that plays out. Brent oil. Recouped all of yesterday's losses and then some. I've got support sitting at $66.82, significant level that for me, and resistance now all the way up at 68.80. Next level on the upside for buyers will be 69 and then the 70 level. If this does continue, but this shows in one day how things can turn around based out of the geopolitical events, the US-Iran talks in Geneva yesterday. That was the result of optimism from the talks, and I guess today is just the opposite, and all of those losses have been recouped. Buyers certainly looking on the upside. The next level on the upside, if this continues, is certainly that pivotal $70 level. The reason I mentioned that this support today, I'll move this up that little bit, is relevant to me today. If I zoom out a little, you'll see that I have this succession this year of higher lows all the way, and then I put in a new higher low here just 2 days ago, and it looks like that level is important, that 66.73, and the bounce up today was from that higher low level, which is now the support for today. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. still sitting right in that very tight range between 66,500 and 69,300. Very, very narrow range. You can see that, and it's been that way all the way back here since pretty much beginning of February, 7th of February. Trend is flat. If anything, maybe the bias tilted to the downside, and I'm saying that because of the lower highs that we see. But buyers will be looking up at the 69. Buyers need to get to that 70,000 or higher in order to initiate some kind of a real bounce. So far hasn't happened. Sellers looking below the 66,500 and looking down at the 60,000 level, which we saw beginning of February. Good trading. Keep that discipline, and I will see you at the end of day.